Welcome back to another episode of Reactioncast. It's your host Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and it's been a hot minute. And yeah, September has been pretty slow as far as film and shows. Well, shows, it's just been going. I'm thinking of, at least for 2023, to kind of do like a midway point for television shows, to kind of give you my feedback like halfway through a series. That's still in debates, but yeah, it's been a while since I've uploaded to Reactioncast. And so we're going to be starting out with the first show that I recently finished, an anime known as the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. Yeah, this is one of the few that kind of caught my attention, but was not really one of the few things that were like main thing. Like, I'm definitely gonna watch this, but you know what, it turned out to be a very good show. To kind of just do a brief summary of it, the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting is the story of a Yakuza soldier, Kurishima Toru. He's a very bloody approach to life, and he's the first lieutenant of the head of the Sakuraichi, I think, family, if I pronounced that correct. And as he then is assigned to basically be in charge of taking care of the head's young daughter. And that's kind of the base premise. So he's basically in charge of taking care of the head's daughter and kind of just, basically take care of her, she's, now I can remember how old she is. I think she's like 7, I think. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm double checking really quick characters. I believe she's like 7. But she's a young girl, and he's this very destructive, very forward individual. Remember, this is a show stemming with the premise of a Yakuza, so like gangs and stuff like that. And the way it's drawn and the way it's presented in trailers seems pretty sweet and everything, and it does do that. But there are moments where it does show like, yeah, they mean business. Like, there are moments where things get pretty dark, and that's on just the Yakuza side of stuff, because you're following Kurishima and what's her name? I forgot her name now. It's making me Yaika. You following these two and some of the rest of the cast, but these are like the two main people, and you're exploring a little bit about them and seeing them kind of grow as Yaika is making her way back to the main home after some circumstances with their family, had to kind of spend part of her time with her aunt, or be raised by her aunt, and then kind of Kurishima's basically having to kind of like settle down in a sense, I would say, into the role of a babysitter, basically. And yeah, that's kind of the basic story. And I would say the visually, the art style that this show presents, pretty plain. It's simple, nothing too aggressive, but there are moments when the scenes get really intense and gets very heartwarming or very like dire. They do a good job emphasizing them. But when it goes from like certain scenes, it's pretty plain. But like when the moment hits, the art style's reasonably good, and the animation makes up for that even more. So yeah, animation is really good. Like I said, reasonably there. The audio work for this show, I would say the music, the soundscape they chose really hits a lot of the moments. A lot of the scenes really work well with the tone they're trying to do. There are uplifting moments when there need to be, when the moment feels somber or detrimental. They do a good job there. And overall, the story that they're showcasing and all the small little steps to get to the end, I would say did a good job. Like, the finale for this show really does do a good job, in my opinion, of showcasing someone who's evolving, and not just one. It's like a group of people. because there's a lot. The story has more than I thought it was gonna have, because it kind of comes off as like this very like sappy, sentimental thing, and at first it kind of even feels a little dark. If I'm remembering correctly, I should have watched episode 1 again a little bit, but I remember it started pretty dark and pretty bloody, surprisingly. But like I said, like this is dealing with some of that side of the storytelling, and I think it does a good job at that. So overall, I think it's a very enjoyable watch, to say the least. If you want a nice, like very like heartwarming, simple, like a kind of slice of life. It's not really, since not a lot of people have this type of life, but it has a lot of moments that you can pull from, and I would say that that's what hits a lot. And just see how some people dealing with some trauma kind of handle it. That's the best way I could show it. Yeah, there's a lot of trauma in this show mixed in with the comedy. The comedy is really fun. It's hit or miss depending on how you would take it, but for me, it's funny. I liked it, and yeah, it hit for me. So that's kind of my just general thoughts of the show. I really enjoyed it. If they're gonna, they kind of lead into there's possibly a season 2, the way they built up the season. Would I want a season 2? I would enjoy a season 2 to kind of explore a little bit more of some characters. Yeah. Does it need it? I don't think so. I think it left at a good note, and I'm content with it. And as long as if they were going to explore it, yeah, that'd be fun. But overall, good for now. I'll say season 1, good show. So I'm gonna give this one final verdicts for the Yakuza's Guide to the Babysitter, or Babysitting. I'm gonna give this one a solid 7. A solid 7 out of 10. It was a good show. I'm glad I watched. I'm glad I decided to sit down, watch a few episodes, and just continue to watch them. Yeah. So, like I said, more content's gonna be on the way. Let's hope October has some more films and there won't be dry spells, so I do apologize. So, thank you for listening. As always, you can always find out stuff I do on Instagram. And if you want shorts on TikTok, I think I'm going to be posting more shorts on YouTube as well, so look forward to that. But as always, if you're listening to this on any of the podcasting platforms, I do appreciate it. So, thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time, see ya. See ya. See ya.